It's February 18th, 2025. This video is especially heartbreaking right now. This is something going on in real time in my life. To reiterate what the channel is about, I made it initially as an accountability channel for myself with the hopes that things would get better for me as I document my progress, as the last 6 months have been rather unfavorable. I certainly thought at the time things can go from bad to worse, but they certainly have in this particular case, and I am completely heartbroken right now. I am beside myself. I feel like the lowest common denominator. I feel like there's absolutely nothing in my life to look forward to. I feel like whatever resources I had are quickly evaporating right in front of me, and I'll tell you exactly what has happened. So last 6 months, I was more or less asked to step away from a job that I worked very hard at. It was difficult to do. I was making good money. I was doing well for myself, but I was really just upset. I was really down. So I moved to another state with the hopes of like reinvigorating myself, finding myself once again. And so I've been applying for jobs quite intensely, and I've gotten some people calling me back. And last week, I was informed of a company that one of my friends is affiliated with. It's in the nonprofit sector, and they are hiring for a variety of positions. I was very excited about what I heard, went through their website, read about their mission statement and exactly what they do and who they partner with, and it was right up my alley. And there were 4 particular jobs that matched my skill set, meaning I had experience in each and every one of them. I apply, and they give me a singular video interview, which is something I'm not accustomed to whatsoever. Historically, I've always interviewed with people face to face, which allows for like better communication. But these questions were pretty straightforward, and my answers were very, very short. As I realized this interview was concluding and there weren't that many questions, I realized my mistake, and that was the video was choppy. It wasn't very good. It wasn't very comprehensive. It looked like I was a deer in the headlights. Like it really did. It was embarrassing, actually, and I wasn't happy with it. And you cannot take it over again. And that was frustrating. I get rejection letters for every single position right down the line, right away. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if someone saw my video and was like, this guy is not a match whatsoever for this, and didn't really give me a chance with that. And I would have done anything for another video interview or a face-to-face interview, but I wasn't even selected for that process because the next round would have been face-to-face interviews. So I was very saddened to hear that. I really was, because I was looking forward to that. Outside of that, I got another interview. And I talked to HR briefly. I was happy to hear about it. I scheduled an interview. It was over the phone. And I thought my answers were good. I thought they were decent. But what I noticed about the person interviewing me is they were very rapid fire with the questions. And once I answered them, they immediately had another one. These were questions that were written down. And so that told me that this person is taking no notes on what I am saying. And that was very difficult to stomach during the course of the interview. It sounded like she wasn't listening at all. And she mentioned I would get a call sometime this week. It was all very rushed. I know I'm not going to get a call sometime this week from that company. I know it's like done. I know I'm not going to be working there. And then finally today, and this is what makes my life look completely bleak. I went to this place which is holding a massive hiring. I mean, they're hiring a lot of people. Just to reiterate, a ton of people. I'm familiar with this organization. I'm familiar with some of the people that work with this organization, and really, resume-wise, I have a lot on them, and it would be a huge salary cut. But the hope is that I would be able to find a job with work-life balance that I could eventually move up. So I complete the application process. I talk to a couple people. Things are looking good. And then there's these standardized tests where we all have to take. And I'm familiar with standardized tests, as I'm assuming you are as well. I don't think this test was meant to be failed. I think maybe I read into it a little incorrectly and got kind of confused on some of the directions of it. But I took it, and it took about 45 minutes. And I thought it would be a-okay, and I was told to wait in a particular spot for my results. And I go into this room, and you can hear that the people next to me are being told, congrats, you passed, and they were being informed of what the next steps would be, so on, etc. And then a guy kind of brought me over to the side, and he was like, I'm sorry you failed. And I was perplexed, I was surprised, and I said, like what part? Like, what part exactly? And he didn't know. He was just had, like, I passed or failed, and he was like, hey, you can apply again in 6 months. Well, I don't have 6 months. I don't even have 6 weeks. I don't even have barely anything over 6 days. So while the other people were being funneled into another room, I assume for an interview, I was like escorted out more or less, and slightly humiliating. I wasn't very happy with that. And I just look back on what has transpired. The last job I had, I was escorted out as well, and just brought me back to that memory. I can't believe that, like, I'm not worth anything. I'm not worth anyone's time. I'm not worth anyone's investment. And I've been trying to, like, get back into, like, taking care of myself physically. And I noted that I put on weight. And when I went out with a group of friends, they had a few pictures of me, and everything was so unflattering, and I just looked like a man defeated, a man that has down and out. And I don't know, maybe someone can, like, talk to me or something, man. I'm really depressed right now, and I don't know how things are going to end up for me, but they're not looking good at all. And I feel like nothing is really worth going on, to be perfectly honest. And my heart's completely broken. It really is broken right now. I cannot believe that this happened. I can't believe this happened. This was like my one for sure way out, and I didn't do it. And I'm, like, totally devastated right now. I'm totally devastated. I look at my friends, and I know no one's life is perfect, but I never even got a life, man. Everything went wrong for me multiple times, and I never really recovered, and I never really evolved into becoming that next human being. I'm down, man. I feel so sad right now. I feel so sad, and it's difficult to hold on.